Hello, patrons. Welcome to Augusta National. Yeah, that's my best Jim Nance impression. What's going on, folks? I'm Connor Roundtree, and it's Talk BIRDIE for Masters Week. I'm jacked up to be here. If you couldn't tell, we're going to run through what I think are some key metrics to success here in Augusta. Put a lot of background research into this show. And then we're going to jump into the field, break down some of our best bets. We have a make the cut parlay. We have some placement bets, and then you can get everything over on sportstree.ca in our Masters pick package. But all of this is presented to you by the Bogey Club, Newmarket and GTA's premier golf simulator and lounge. Now, make sure you head over to www.thebogeyclub.com and check out the Ontario Corner hat. Yeah, Ontario's Corner. It's Augusta week. They have a limited availability. 70% of you guys watching this, I know, are based in Ontario, so you got to get your hands on this. They've already sold over 50% of these bad boys. And look, while the model may look like he's taking a poop, the hat is nice. The hat is tight, and we'll be getting one of those on my head throughout the weekend as we give you your best bets through the week. But let's jump into some key metrics about Augusta National. Now, everyone knows Augusta National. You have Amen Corner. I don't really need to harp on the par, the length. We've all seen it before. Bent grass greens. This is one of the premier golf courses on tour for a reason. And if you're going to be successful here, there's some key metrics that I want to walk through. And first one being is that age does matter here. Golf has become, with the advancements in equipment, training methods, and both mental health coaches and swing coaches, golf has really become a young man's game. It's become the fit man's game, believe it or not. From the days of John Daly, those days are over. You know, you have guys like Wyndham Clark, Tiger Woods, who benches 320. The oldest man to win the Masters was Jack Nicklaus at 46. In fact, over the last 10 years, the average age of the winner has been just under 31 years old. The only guys to break that mold were Dustin Johnson at 36, Sergio Garcia at 37, and Tiger Woods at 43. And I just don't see many of those older guys, the likes of Phil Mickelson, Zach Johnson, Fred Couples, Vijay Singh, Tiger, Mike Weir. I don't see them competing. In saying that, though, experience also matters. There's only ever been 3 winners to win the Masters in their rookie showing. Only 3 guys. The last time it happened was all the way back in 1979. I don't think it's going to happen again this year. 9 of the past 14 winners and 13 out of the past 18 had previously either won a green jacket or placed top 10 at this tournament. Experience around this course, having a course fit towards the course where you know where to put the ball, where you know a game plan and a strategy to be successful, and then you can execute said strategy is important. Probably more important here than anywhere else. And as we're saying, Augusta is just simply a beast of a golf course. You know, one of the media members asked Brooks Koepka this week if he could shoot a 59 on this course. He responded by saying, "Have you ever played the course?" And the guy said no. And he said, well, that's pretty obvious because this takes a lot of talent and you need to have that course history. 7 out of the last 10 Masters champions had previously finished in top 5 at this tournament. 70% of the previous 10 winners already had a top 5 notched under their belt here. So we're going to be looking at guys that have had recent success here. And then obviously you have to be in great form heading into Augusta, right? Guys like Jon Rahm had wins on their record before winning last year. In 2022, Scottie Scheffler was on fire going in. In 2020, Dustin Johnson was having that historic campaign. Having a good recent form and playing solid golf is important. It's not really a place where you can just come in poor form and turn it on and shock the world. Has it happened? 100%. Am I going to be allocating my funds behind guys like that? Hell no. Not a chance. I'm going with the proven veterans around this course, guys that can still swing it and that have success and that have had success here. And that really leads me to target 3 guys. It's Scottie Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, and Hideki Matsuyama. All 3 of those guys, statistically speaking, are playing some of the best golf of their career right now. Scottie Scheffler's on an absolute tear. And as we break into the field, let's talk about Scottie Scheffler at 4.5 to 1. You can't bet him. At 4.5 to 1, knowing that he could pull out of the tournament if his wife goes into labor on Sunday, this is something that I'm not speculating. This is something that he has confirmed. Both him and Sam Burns' wives are due in the next couple weeks. And if they go into labor this weekend, they're pulling out of the Augusta tournament. They're pulling out of the Masters. So do you really want to be sitting there with a 4.5 to 1 ticket on Sunday on Scottie Scheffler? No, you don't. Now, if he goes out and wins the thing, hey, you look like a genius, but we can allocate other spots or find smarter ways to play Scottie Scheffler. How about this? A trifecta bet with Hideki Matsuyama, with Scottie Scheffler, and with Xander Schauffele at 2.6 to 1. It's 4.5 to 1 for Sky to win this thing alone. But if he pulls out one of those other guys wins it, 2.6 to 1, that's a trifecta bet I'm getting on. Rory McIlroy. I'm not loving the Rory hype. He hasn't finished outside the top 25, I believe, since the Pebble Beach Pro-Am where he finished T66. And while that is good, it's just not good enough for me. I also believe I read somewhere that he shot a 78 in his scouting round early last week, and that doesn't bode a lot of confidence for me. Yes, it's Augusta National. He shot an 80 here when he had the lead, I believe, in 2013 going into Sunday, and blew it. So it happens to the best golfers in the world, but I just don't like that when you're going up against the likes of Scottie Scheffler, a red-hot Xander Schauffele, a hot Hideki Matsuyama. I just think there's better places to allocate your money. Jon Rahm is the defending champ, coming in at 11 to 1 to win this thing. I'm going to be avoiding him. Lots of distractions going on. He's fighting LIV right now to make it 72 holes. LIV is literally the Roman numeral for 54. You think he would have got that point before signing up, but hey, you know, money talks. But Jon Rahm, I think, will be distracted. He has to pick the menu this week. He's the reigning champion. Reigning champions, you know, you don't go back-to-back at the Masters. It doesn't really happen all that often. So we're going to be avoiding him. And then Xander Schauffele at 16 to 1. I love that bet. His ball striking prowess, he's a second shot golfer, he's accurate off the tee, and he knows how to hit putts when he gets going and runs, and that's exactly what you need to do to be successful around Augusta National. And then if you do miss the greens, because you can't hit them all, because of how difficult this course is, you have to be able to get up and down. I trust Xander's mitts around those greens. Jordan Spieth is obviously a guy that you have to look at anytime he heads to Augusta. He's made 9 out of 10 cuts here. He's always near the top, and I think we will be playing him in the make the cut parlay, but no money on him otherwise. And then Hideki Matsuyama at 25 to 1. Why is he 25 to 1? Since his win at the Genesis Invitational, that's 4 starts ago, he hasn't finished worse than T12. We're betting Hideki Matsuyama for a top 20. We're betting Hideki Matsuyama to win this whole thing, and I'm high on Hideki. His ball striking numbers are some of the best that they've been through his career, and if he can right that putter, look out for Hideki Matsuyama in his 5 straight top 22 finishes. I think heading into the Masters, a course that you know means a lot to him, a course where he has great history, where he's won before, I think Hideki, he could reign supreme this weekend. One of my best bets of the week that I want to talk about, it's not from your everyday Joe. It's not from a guy that you would expect to win, but it's Corey Connors, and it's because of the value that he has for a top 40 finish. Dash 150 for a top 40. Look, it's the Masters. You want to hit the home run shot, but we're also here to make money, and the value of this bet is simply undeniable for a guy that has finished inside the top 40 in 7 out of 9 events this year, who has finished at the Masters T10, T8, and T6. Look, I would bet him to win this thing outright if he didn't have such shaky mitts putting the ball. He ranks 4th in this field on strokes gained on approach and 12th on strokes gained from tee to green over the last 3 months. That is the ideal fit for our model. However, he cannot putt. So a top 40 ticket, I love that as my lock. I love that as my building block to support other bets. And then maybe I'll play him for a top 20 as well at plus 180 because I absolutely love that value for the Canadian. The last guy I want to talk about is Brooks Koepka, 5-time major champion, the major champion assassin, who has 2 runner-up finishes here at Augusta, including 1 last year. I like Brooks Koepka to go out and get the job done this week. I'm betting him at 25 to 1 to win this thing. I'm also betting him in the top 20 spot, and he has 2 other top 15s here since 2017. So I'm going to be looking for Brooks Koepka to turn on the Jets and do what Brooks does at majors, and that is simply contend. And we're gonna make some money on that as well. Now, for all of our best bets for our make the cut parlay, optimal DFS lineup, head-to-head matchups. We have 3-ball matchups for day 1, 72-hole matchups, placement bets, outright winners, all of that good stuff. Make sure you head over to sportstree.ca and download our pick package. Our betting model has been going bananas all day on Wednesday, and now it's time to get it out to the world. Folks, I'm Connor Roundtree. Enjoy the golf, and we'll talk birdie to you next time.